Where are we? Okay, I think we're live. Good morning, beloveds. Okay. Not sure I'm awake, even though I've been up and went for a walk, and it's really nice out there. Like, it's 72 degrees, and the humidity's not cray-cray. So, like, and there's enough of a breeze, so it was a nice walk. It was a little warm in the sun, but it was a nice walk. So, I enjoyed it. I always enjoy a good walk. All right, so we are doing... I don't know why I put my glasses on, because I'm ready to get to this one. I guess I'm interested in the article. Living the Science of Mind. Let's do the housekeeping really quick. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website's creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife.org. You email that. It gets you on an email list. You get one email a week. Tells you what's going on for the week and the month. The hot links are hot, and it is a blind CC, so nobody will get your email. Very important. The last part of what I call the housekeeping is just the social medias. We don't monetize the social medias. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So what we ask you to do is to help us out by bumping us in the algorithms, by going and liking, subscribing, sharing, following, commenting based on which platform you are on, what you can do. Commenting and sharing the posts helps. And then liking, following, and subscribing to the pages helps. So the pages are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, depending on the social media. Yeah, that's it. And then I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I'm on. So if you can do the same for me, that would be great too. All right. Now, the Living the Science of Mind collection of essays come from the Take Home course, or the At Home course, where it was in the back of the Science of Mind magazine. You mailed off for it, and they would mail you a lesson once a week for 48 weeks. Kind of cool, right? But I think really honestly what the take-home course was kind of spurred on by people asking Ernest questions and him answering them. So this is, if you read the text message, you got questions. So this is his follow-up. This is him answering those questions. So it's got a very one-on-one Ernest talking directly to you feeling. So I really enjoy it. Okay. This one is What Do We See in the Mirror? And I don't see any pencil marks in it. So this is probably one I haven't read before. And it ends in a meditation, which is really cool. So depending, I may go back and do the meditation separately later, but not right now. I will probably do the meditation at the end of this and then go back and do it later. All right. So what do we see in the mirror? Once I read an article called The Scent of Fear, in which it was claimed that fear exudes a scent that an animal could smell. The author claimed that this scent of fear arouses antagonism within the animal, and he often attacks in self-defense. Okay. He's right about the pheromone thing, the sense. Your emotions have sense that animals can detect. Okay. A geologist friend told me that he was sitting on a rock one day out in the desert drawing a map. He happened to glance down and noticed a rattlesnake coiled under the edge of the rock on which he was sitting. I asked him what he did when he saw the rattlesnake and if he was afraid. He said, "Not at all. I had no desire to hurt the snake and it had no desire to harm me." So he sat there and leisurely completed his plans. This reminded me of a passage in the Bible which says, "Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you." And in another place, "They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover." Ooh, which, by the way, that second one is where snake handling comes from in the Deep South. Woof. Dogs feel our personal atmosphere, and if it is one of trust and confidence, if it is one of understanding and love, they respond to it. I would argue cats do too. And I wonder if it is not true that when we feel antagonism for others, they in turn feel it and their response to us becomes antagonistic. Perhaps this is why the Bible says that a soft answer turneth away wrath. When you consider that 90% of communication is nonverbal, like body language, probably he's onto something here. All right. There is a subtle atmosphere around us which, unperceived by us, is silently attracting people to us or repelling them from us. I have no doubt that some form of fear is the cause of most of our troubles. What the animal smells, because of its acute instinct, we humans feel when we contact each other. An atmosphere of failure attracts failure. The person who always has the feeling that no one likes them surrounds themselves with an atmosphere that pushes people away from them. It seems as though our mental attitudes are contagious, as though we go around more or less enveloped in them. The silent influence we exercise on others is something that takes place automatically. Friendship attracts friendship, or friends, while antagonism not only repels people, it actually awakens a feeling of distrust and dislike within them. Here is one of the keys to successful living and right relationships among people. It is only when we are whole within ourselves that we can help others. It is only when we have faith that we can instill faith. It is only when we have hope and enthusiasm that others respond to us with equal hope and enthusiasm. You have often noticed that when you spend considerable time with people who are depressed and afraid, you feel as though the weight of the universe were on your shoulders, as though everything were hopeless. On the other hand, in company with those who are buoyant and confident, you feel a lightness, a sense of joy, a feeling of enthusiasm. And to a large degree, he's right, unless you've done your work. And then you can be around people who are depressed and afraid and not take on their stuff. But that does take a lot of work. And to a degree, the longer you are around them, the harder it gets. So that's why you got to take time for self-care. Oh, I might need some water. All right. It is almost... Hey, Tom, could you bring my water? It is... Yeah, because my throat is dry. Okay. It is almost as definite as going from fog to sunshine and from sunshine back to fog again. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oof. It is as definite as the wind on your face. Sometimes, as you talk with people who are depressed and try to bring them comfort and courage, you feel their atmosphere lift, as though a fog were clearing away. You feel the sun coming out again. Almost invariably, these people will tell you how much better they feel for having talked with you. If we could go back to see that life is like a mirror, tending to reflect back to us the images of our own thinking, then we should realize that by changing our thinking, we can change the reflections in the mirror. Literally, we are talking about change your thinking, change your life. Next, we should ask, what do we want to see in the mirror? Which I think is a very good question. And have we the courage to admit that what we are looking at in the mirror is a reflected image of our own outlook on life? Are we looking at antagonism, resentment, and confusion? Are we looking at fear, failure, and unhappiness? And are we actually willing to look in the mirror of this mirror of life and say, that is I? And then, if we do not like what we see, have we enough confidence to believe that we can change it? If so, we have made the right start. Oh my goodness. All right, Ernest. Our starting point is to recognize God at the center of our own being and to have faith that this divine presence within us and to have an equal faith in the divine in everyone else. See, sometimes that's the problem. It's like, I've got all the faith in the divine in me, but I'm not so sure about the divine in you. So that is a very important part. We must come to see that God is the one eternal presence in everyone and in everything. And we must learn to think from this basis. How wonderful it would be if we were never afraid of anything. We fear people because we think that in some way they can harm us. So the very antagonism we have for others arouses a like antagonism in them for us. But turn the proposition around. Change fear into faith and antagonism into love, and we shall have reversed the whole process. You see, the mirror is merely something that reflects. You cannot scratch the reflection out of the mirror, but you can change the image in front of it. Well, that just is a line worth highlighting. But you can change the image in front of it. And you are the image maker. So let us create new images which will reflect new patterns, and we must be definite in our conviction and deliberate in our aim if we expect happy results. For theories are no good unless they are applied. And that's one of the things Ernest talks about, especially later. He's like, okay, we've talked enough theory. We actually need to practice this. Very important that we practice it. So theories are only as good as the practice that comes from them. Let us take the case of an individual who feels that everyone is against them. They always seem to be at cross purposes with people and with events. This has gone on until people avoid them because they feel the resentment in their mind. It arouses an equal antagonism in their thoughts about this person. Let us make believe that we are teaching this person what is actually taking place and that they are accepting our explanation. We understand what is wrong with them. We know that their suffering is self-imposed, and we wish to help them. So our explanation will have to be very kind and considerate. It will have to be like leading a child or helping an invalid, for they really are a sick person. We are acting as a doctor to their mind, and doctors should not harshly judge their patient. Wow. I think some doctors need this memo. They should try to help and encourage them to the place where the great restoring power of nature can resume its natural function. We are acting as physicians to this person's mind. We, too, will have to be kind and considerate and willing to let them explode a little. Okay, willing to let them explode a little. I don't know about that, Ernest. I'm not going to let anybody explode on me. Vent, maybe, but not explode. Because we understand what is eating at the vitals of their being. Deep inside them, they are afraid, scared to death, and unconsciously they are reacting in self-defense. This we must explain to them. Ooh, okay. They are longing for love and friendship. They would rather have it than anything else in the world. They want people to like them, but they are afraid of them. So we tell them how the mind works and how it is that they must come to have faith in something bigger than they are. This they will like because they are looking for strength. They long for happiness, even as blind men long for the light. We must be very gentle about this. With the simple, sincere desire to be helpful and with no criticism whatsoever. We might even be able to say to them that there was a time when we felt exactly as they do. A time when we thought everything was against us. But one day the light broke and gradually transformation took place in our lives. Yeah, and gradually. That's one of the things we always have to remember. It's like, these things do take time. And sometimes we have to be patient with that. And that can be kind of hard. All right. Let's see. This will cause them to feel that we are sharing our innermost secrets with them. And when we take them by the hand, they will respond with confidence. Yeah. The change may not take place in a day, a week, or a month, but it will take place if we persist. Let us give them certain affirmations to make for themselves each day, similar to the ones we use at the close of this article. That's the meditation at the end of this. Let us help them to make them. Let us help them with them. they will begin to feel that they have a partner. And this is a feeling we all need. Someone understands them. And that right there is really important. People need to be seen and heard. They need to feel like somebody understands them. I think that's why Jesse says, when he quotes Ernest, that people are dying for someone to tell them they're okay. People need to be seen and heard. They just do. And that's part of what goes into being a practitioner, is making people feel seen and heard. So, all right. Hang on. Let me go. I lost where I was because I got all excited. Someone understands them. It will not be long before they will be working with us with an enthusiasm equal to our own. And by, the signs will begin to follow. Their mirror will begin to change its reflection. So that's kind of that's it. Once we kind of get them going, then they pick up the work. Like, that's the goal of the practitioner. We can't do the work for you. What we do is we kind of get you started going, and then you pick up the work yourself. So if you are a practitioner, remember that. It's like, it's not your job to fix them. It's your job to help them start the process. That's it. This will create hope, and it is only a short step from hope to faith. Through this experience, we shall learn the great lesson of life, that the good we have must be shared with others if it is to be increased. For when we have made a friend of a person who is friendless, and have made it possible for them to acquire friends, we have multiplied our own friendship by that number of persons. When we have brought good to some person, and have shown them how to extend that good in their own experience, we have brought that much more good into our own life. All right. So now there is a meditation at the end, very short. But I'm assuming it has to do with what we were talking about. So I'm going to grab a quick drink just to make sure my throat doesn't dry out. Oh, and this is the meditation that ends this article. As I look out into my world, I see that there is nothing to fear. And as I look back into my own mind, I know that there is nothing in me that is afraid. My thought is filled with confidence and with hope, with trust, and with the acceptance of good. I expect the mirror of my experience to be filled with joy. And as I turn the magic lantern of my mind into the great mind and spirit of the universe, in which all things exist, I know that I am one with all peace, all power, and all good. I affirm the presence of good in everything I do, the guidance of love everywhere I go. I affirm that strength, enthusiasm, and vitality forever flow through me from an all-sustaining life of the universe. I affirm my union with God, and I know that there is nothing in the entire universe to be afraid of, nothing to avoid, nothing to run away from. I am at home in the universe, one with God, one with people, one with that perfect and abiding faith that knows no fear. And that is the meditation that you can use anytime. Anytime at all. And on that note, I'm done. Like, I don't have any commentary because it ended in this beautiful, beautiful meditation that you could meditate. You could use it as you could put it in the body of a treatment, or you could pick lines out of it to use for affirmations. All right, beloveds. So on that note, I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of business day, a you got this day, and enjoy the cooler weather day, a stay out of the direct sunlight day, a drink plenty of water day, a you got this day, a do something nice for yourself day, a tell somebody you love them day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a do something fun for yourself day, a create something amazing day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace, a spirit in motion, God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. Explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Anything is possible. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move into the process of my day. Reverend David should be on around 4 p.m. with you. 4 p.m. 5 p.m. Be funny if he's on 4 p.m. today because of, and I will see you tomorrow around 9:15. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.